Saptarishis walking through this place, Agastya Muni came very close to Vijayawada. There are many things, but leaving that. So this Adi Yogi just sat there, these 7 people showed interest. He told them, this is not for you, this is not entertainment. But they said, no, we're willing to do anything. He gave them a few preparatory steps. They prepared for many years. Then one day when the solstice was shifting, just now, we shifted from summer solstice to winter solstice on December 22nd. It'll again happen on June 21st, and this coming June 21st is significant for the world, because this is the day when Adi Yogi first gave his turn south and gave his teaching. Because the sun turned south, he turned south and started explaining the mechanics of being human. On this day, fortunately, the world, the United Nations has declared the World Yoga Day, because the yoga began on that day. This incredible process of exploring the human mechanics went into the process. This predates all religion. When there was no religion on the planet, 15,000 years ago, he went into the mechanics of what it means to be human. And various aspects happened. He opened up 112 different ways in which a human being can attain to his ultimate nature. And when people asked, especially his wife Parvati asked, why not more? Why only 112? Then he said, if you are rooted in the body, there are only 112 possibilities. If you transcend the body, how many atoms there are in this universe? That many doorways are there if you're willing to explore it. But if you're rooted in this body, there are only 112 ways. And the whole yogic system subscribes to this even today, because nobody has found more ways. Any number of yogis have explored in a million different ways, but there is no other doorway. In this body, there are 112 ways into which you get there. What is this all about? I just want to live well. Why do I need all this? See, if you… all of you use a phone, at least the Telugu translation people definitely using it right now. The cell phone companies in India did a survey about 4 years ago. India is the largest growing cell phone market on the planet. So they were making a survey, and they found that only only 3% of the people use the cell phone beyond 7% of its capability. 97% of the people use less than 7% of the cell phone's capability. Now I'm not talking about your smartphones, I'm talking about the dumb phone. So, if they take away 90% of the software, 97% of the population anyway will not even notice. 3% complaints you can handle, you know. We don't know what they've done to us. Anyway, if this is the percentage for a simple gadget like a cell phone, for this human mechanism, do you agree with me that this is the most sophisticated gadget on the planet, this human body? Yes or no? Yes. So what do you think is the percentage of usage? The more you know about something, the better you can use it, isn't it so? Yes? Yes. We will do a simple experiment right now. You sit with your spine erect, even if you're asleep, please keep your spine erect. It helps. All the 5 fingers, you keep it together. Keep it facing down upon your thigh, like that. Don't press down, gently placed, all 5 fingers together. We will do this with eyes closed, but right now you watch me, don't close your eyes yet. Holding it like this, you inhale and exhale, slightly deeper than normal, mildly exaggerated breath. As you do it, notice where the air fills up into your lungs or where the maximum expansion and contraction is. As you're doing it, if I say switch, without breaking the rhythm of your breathing, just turn it around. Again when I say switch, get it back. In these two postures, this position and this position, something about your breath will change. I want you to notice what is changing and you must tell me. You will only be able to notice it if your spine is erect, eyes closed, your mind is focused on the breath. If you do this, you will notice what's happening to your breath. Please, let's do this. Inhale and exhale slightly deeper than normal with the hands facing down, all 5 fingers together. Switch. Switch again. Please open your eyes. Do you notice some difference between these two? If you notice this, you will see when your hands are facing down, the maximum expansion and contraction is in the diaphragm region, because the maximum expansion is happening in the lower lobe of the lung. If you turn this around, it moves to the middle lobe, so you will notice it higher up. Those who would not notice, just do one breath and see. Noticeable? So just turning your hand around, the very way you breathe is altering itself. Not just the breath, the very way your life energies function is being altered just because you turn your hands around. How many times in a day, unconsciously, do you do this? Whoever asks anything? Now you're setting your energies into turmoil and hoping to be peaceful. Life doesn't work like this. Here on this planet, okay? On this planet, unless you do the right things will not happen to you. This is the nature of life here, both outside and inside. Unless you do the right things will not happen to you. Or to put it another way is, whatever is the right thing, only that will work, isn't it? Or whatever works is the right thing. There is no other way to make it happen. So this… somebody gave you a supercomputer, but your mindset is still in hammer and anvil technology. You think somehow you can make this work. This is a very subtle process. If you open this up, this can do incredible things. Things that people think is superhuman becomes normal in your life. Yoga is not about becoming superhuman. It's about realizing being human itself is super. Being human, in this vast creation, this planet, and the amount of life, millions of lives, all types of lives, we're still exploring, we're still finding out new creatures after so many years. Such an incredible area of life, in that we are on top of the pile of the evolutionary process. That means in every way, we are a culmination of all this effort that has gone through from an amoeba to whatever else, and here we are. This is an incredible process. If I give you let's say you don't know what is a computer. So this happening in Tamil Nadu, everybody is given a laptop computer. Those who do not know what's a laptop computer, they're grinding chintataku at home with laptop computer. That is also one way of using it, you can't say no. But that's not the best use for a computer, isn't it? Similarly, what is this made for? What is this competent of and what are we using it for is a question mark, big question mark. If you remember in the early 80s when you got the television, you were watching your one channel wonder. Suddenly your television went boop, boop, boop. Then there is a bunch of aluminum tubes on top of you. house. Somebody went and did this, didn't work, did that, didn't work. Then gently, gently, gently. And again the world pours into your sitting room, isn't it so? Similarly this, if you just learn to hold it right, nothing else, you don't have to learn anything. Just learning to sit right, if you learn, you can download the whole cosmos. This is the possibility of being human. Because the human being is longing to be boundless, because the potential is there. If there was no potential, he wouldn't be longing. If the potential is not fulfilled, he will die unfulfilled. This is the nature of life. No other creature is longing for this. They are happy if their stomach is full. See, once you're born as a human being, this trouble started. How to become something. A tiger is born. A tiger is not sitting and wondering how to become a good tiger. Eat well, become a good tiger, that's all. He's never insecure, will I become a good tiger, will I end up as a house cat? No such struggles within himself. Eat well, becoming a good tiger is guaranteed, isn't it? You're born as a human being, how many things you have to do to be a good human being? After doing all those things, you still don't know where you stand. Only in comparison to another person, you can say, oh, compared to this person, I'm better. By yourself, you don't know where you stand. When you're just about thinking you're doing great, your teenage children may come at you and say you're no good. They've not told you yet? They'll tell you. They must tell you, because for so many reasons. So being human is an endless possibility. Either you can equip yourself to explore this possibility and live a fulfilling life, or live the life of an earthworm. I ate, I slept, I reproduced and I died. You can do this, but you will die unfulfilled. I want you to watch. I don't know how many people are exposed to this. If you see people dying, of old age or whatever, if you see them dying, you will be surprised to see 80% of them die bewildered. Not in fear, not in pain, no. They're bewildered because they didn't even begin their life. It's already ending in their perspective. Why I'm saying they did not even begin their life is, right now, I want you to look at this. This is important, I want you to look at this. Right now, what you think and what you feel is more important than everything that's happening in the universe, isn't it so? Yes? What you think and feel is your psychological space, it's your drama. You can make it up whichever way you want. This happened one day. A lady went to sleep. In her sleep, she had a dream. In her dream, she saw a hunk of a man standing there staring at her. Then he started coming closer, 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 closer. He came so close, she could even feel his breath. She trembled, not in fear. And then she asked, "What will you do to me?" The man said, "Well, lady, it's your dream." What's happening in your mind is your dream, isn't it so? Yes or no? Now the problem is not that your life is not happening the way you want it, your dream is also not happening the way you want it. If your dream, in your mind right now, your thought and your emotion was going just the way you want it to go, would you be joyful at least? Yes or no? Yes. So even your dream is not going the way you want it, your thought doesn't take instructions from you, your emotion doesn't take instructions from you, your body doesn't take instructions from you. This is out of control situation. If you sit in a vehicle and it's out of control, that you take the steering and if you turn the steering this way, it goes this way. If it is that kind of a vehicle, being stressful, anxious, fearful is natural, isn't it? That's what you're seeing in the world. They've not taken charge of this vehicle and every moment is stressful, every moment is anxiety, every moment is fearful, and even doctors are saying this is normal. This is not normal. If you do not understand the vehicle in which you're traveling, you're bound to be fearful, isn't it?